when them find out that them can't escape. Sadness they send on the people them trace. Smile on my face, that day will come when I stand and see all those wicked men and the fire getting burned. That day will come when they will try to escape and there will be nowhere to run. That day will come when I shall see their hands over bombs and bayonet and bullets and guns. That day will come when Emperor Selassie shall rise the one he gets us to them out of this slum. Who do you think you are? We're living in a small world. As wicked as you think you are, we're living in a small world. As slick as you think you are, we're living in a small world. As tough as you think you are, we're living in a. Now one and me, I'm not going to tell them. Escape today, you can't escape tomorrow. Make sure you stay back anytime you borrow. Make sure you don't let no life in a sorrow. Make sure you're not lean and straight like arrow. Make sure your brain no push out in a barrow. Make sure you make them walk out and borrow. Yeah, make sure your meditation and narrow. Judgment, and what tell them something all I want. That day will come when I stand and see all those wicked men in the fire getting burned. That day will come when they will try to escape and there will be nowhere to run. That day will come when I said see their hands over bombs and bayonets and bullets and guns. That day will come when Emperor Selassie shall light up on the wings of the heavens and the sun. Oh, yes, I will remain the same. Hailing Rastafari name and watch them going up in flames. For all the innocent going down the drain, you have to pay for the shackles and chains, and pay for this washing of the brain, and pay for these guns and cocaine, the sick and the lame. Alright, that day will come when I shall stand and see all those wicked men in the fire getting burned. That day will come when they will try to escape and there will be nowhere to go. When I say okay, yeah, I added it. All right, here we go, peoples. Shalom, shalom.
Got it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Perfect. That went off on his own.
What? Okay.
Got to bring the fire, man, when we bring fire.
Is all
all praises.
Man.
So, you know, the people love this, man. Bring an herbal doctor on, chop it up. You know what I'm saying? They can hear it from a different point of view. I mean, wow, what's the news is scaring everybody. Millions of people infected everywhere. Biden talking about forcing the vaccination on, you see, I keep saying, I'm going to make sure that the blacks are the only ones that got it. Make sure they get the vaccinations first and all this stuff. So, you know, I'm not in that thing. What can we tell the people here? What's going on here?
And, you know, it's just like that wants us to join up, but I'm not part of that, you know, assembly, you know. I'm not going down into, I think, where they'd like to lead us, which is, you know, forced vaccination perhaps is a reality that people are looking at. They just passed a law here in DC where children of 11 years of age can just accept the vaccine without their parents' consent. Yeah. I'll send you the report when we get off this thing. But they're saying 11-year-olds have the wisdom to know fully what's good for them and what's not good for them. And so they're saying, we don't need you parents. DC, we don't need you parents. We'll do what we want with your children as long as they say yes. So if they're taking that kind of measure, it's really interesting to see. You know, it's really interesting to think about the reasons why they're really pushing this vaccine on us like that. But, you know, my main thing, bro, is it's not so much what others are doing is what we are doing, right? Because it's all the power is in our response, right? Nobody can make us do a thing. Um, and so, you know, you and I've been talking for long about it's just take the power back in our own hands, right? Whether that's herbally, diet wise, exercise wise, meditation wise, prayer wise, however, but take the power back in your own hands. It's right there to claim. So why not claim it?
100%. 100%. It's just, you know, it's, I guess it's a lot of people, it's hard for a lot of people,
Mm,
you know, certain people that have been working on it, like you, me, other people that have been talking this for a lot of years, you know, I mean, come on, you see what I mean? Certain seers, we get the message to download first. So we, you know, it's still obedience, listening,
yeah,
but nobody really got to teach you because a lot of times our body is the number one teacher. You, you see what I
true,
mean? Our
true.
body, you know what I mean? So, you know, just seeing what these fascinations do to you. You see what I
Mm,
mean? Seeing what these foods and stuff do to you, that should change you already because it's affecting your body and stuff like that.
mm,
And you know, that should change a lot of people, but it's not. Our people you know, a lot of them is just following the leader. These the government supposed to be good. You see what I mean?
mm.
And what they're doing is it's not really adding up. I mean, you're going to force 11-year-olds to take the vaccination, and that's like the same thing with that thing. What they're doing in California, they're going to force kids as long as they consent.
Yeah,
So it's some heavy chess moves being pushed on us.
heavy. Because I mean, check it. I mean, essentially, it's the state coming in between a family and saying, we know what's best for your family, right? So the state is trying to pile drive their way in between that bond that exists between child and family, you know? Um, and it's interesting because you're seeing the signs of a society that is looking to, you know how they say one dreadlock is stronger than a strand. You know what I mean? One dreadlock is stronger than I don't have no hair to here up here anymore, but I'll take a little strand right here. You know, one little strand, I could do whatever I want with this strand. But if you combine those strands into many and those become a dreadlock, bruh, man, you understand that's the power. So we all conscious people, all sentient beings, it's time to raise up, raise our vibration, and just, we have a lot of power. God is always there. There's an access to the Most High, and you just have to make your life conform in a manner where you invite that power to come through you. I got to say what's up to my boy, Matt Biscari, man. That's from the SUNY Brockport days. That was my roommate in Dobson Hall. I believe Dobson Hall, freshman year, one of the strong island boys. What up, Biscari?
What up? What up, Matt?
Matthew.
You probably saw me at that SUNY Brockport. I was out there wilding for a year.
You gave it a good run. You gave it a good run. See, nobody told us how to reel it in, man. Nobody taught us. None of us were prepared. Oh, man.
Wow, so they're gonna force kids to take the vaccination, and the parents don't have to be around. A lot of people probably never even heard that news. That's wow. That's that wow, man. Come on, man.
By surprise,
Eh,
by surprise for sure. So people are mobilizing now to like get that overturned, but with all the energy behind the election, you know, they use that as the cover to sweep that on underneath when everybody was asleep. You understand? Yeah, yeah. Dobson Hall represent. That's what's up. Homeschool. That's really the option. I mean, that's what I mean. How can we take power back in our own hands? If you have homeschooling, you're controlling the curriculum. You're controlling what your children are exposed to. You're not going to allow them to see all the nonsense, right? There was a time when schools were segregated and we couldn't go anywhere. but we had our own communities, meaning you pull grandmama in, you pulled your aunts, then you understood when the men came home, they did their part. That was a holistic education. And bro, we were running things, business, everything was strong back then. So the real thing is, how do you allow God in and keep the state out? you know
I like how you put that. Hallelujah. That's pretty much the answer. How do you allow the Most High in and keep the government and state out?
yeah,
Because you can't have fear. People who don't got fear, then the Most High can use you. Because the Bible it's written that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge.
say it
So
again,
you got
say it again,
the huh
say
the
it again.
fear the fear of the Most High. Fear just means respect. All
Mm-hmm.
right, he's the creator of all things. He's
Yeah,
the best. His ways have never failed.
true indeed.
So the fear of his ways is the beginning of knowledge.
Come on, man.
See, that's the beginning.
Hmm.
So, that's how we keep the state out. You got to start there, and all his ways will lead us to there. Homeschooling, definitely, because if they're able to have our kids in these schools and just say, hey, kid might have a headache from something they putting in their food in the school, or they wearing these masks all day on their mouth, and I see that they putting school kids inside plastic bubble shelters, like we have our own desk. They
Yeah,
put a bubble over the desk in the student
wow,
with a mask on. That's
wow.
how, yeah, that's because they making sure that the kids lower their vibration, or
And I,
lower their immune system, and
yeah,
breathing in their own carbon dioxide does that. Come on, we see what they're doing because we're mass. Anybody that kind of like knows their body should know what they're doing.
yeah,
You don't put a plastic bag over nobody and
but
make them breathe in their own air.
no,
Come
no, no.
on.
The body doesn't want anything to do with plastic. It wants nothing to do with plastic because the body is 100% pure, original material. Meaning, anything of the earth that was not made by hands of man is what the body wants. Right. So, I see a lot of times, our sisters will be wearing these pants. They're full synthetics, right? So nothing is coming through, no energy is traveling through, no oxygen is traveling through, and they can't breathe. They call it yoga pants, stretch pants, tights. Think it looks cute. I can't front it. It looks a little cute. but the main deal is, if there's no energy, then what's going to happen up the road? And if you sufficiently are cutting back your oxygen and energetic intake to your reproductive organs, to your hips, wherever those pants are covered, then it's gonna minimize the ability for your body to recover itself, right? So it doesn't want plastic. It doesn't want any plastic. That's just one example of how I should maybe say plastic with that, but synthetic things, the body, synthetics and the body do not agree for sure. And so the vaccinations, which have a lot of synthetic things inside them, they're not going to agree. And maybe you won't catch what it's doing to your body immediately, but they have things that will trigger effects up the road 20, 30, 40 years from now, and that's the thing you want to be mindful of.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Wow, a lot of people saying that the Bible talked about the mark of the beast and people have to take in this chip to buy, sell, get food, and all this type of stuff. A lot of people are just surprised that they made it to this time.
Mm,
Nobody thought that they would be able to, 400 years. Nobody thought that they'd be alive to see this 400-year cycle end. And
mm.
now that it ends, I saw in your city the other day. You could look it up. I don't know if you saw it, but in Washington D.C., President Trump did a rally there,
Mm.
and the KKK, they supported him. They showed up, and that was his protection. He had the whole KKK clan there at his rally, a couple of days at the White House, and they had signs up that said, "Welcome to the New World Order. 400 years is over with. New World Order. We're coming for all you blacks and Latinos." No,
Yeah,
it said blacks and Mexicans, but
people
same thing, same thing.
people around here have been, I mean, those are the words in DC at least, and in Maryland, I've heard people kind of saying, you know, make sure you look over your shoulder. You know what I mean? Make sure everything's secure because, you know, that kind of talk. But I mean, that's really, to me, that's just small talk. You know, I'm not worried about a thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I know who I am and I know how I stand. And, you know, so I mean, I have, there's nothing pumping but blood that's full of courage inside of here. You know what I mean? So I mean, that's just, you know, like when you see a little dog just woofing at the fence. That's all it is. That's all I look at it. You know, that's all I look at it as. You know what I mean? But you know, let's get back to what you talked about earlier, which is something very key for this very day and time, which is fear. Right. So if we peel back the pages of time, right, and we take ourselves out of this situation and go back to, you know, former times historically, the way that fear hits the body is that it enters your organs called the kidneys, right? There's an energy system called the kidneys. And that kidneys is where you hold the stress that we call fear in. So what I'm interested in is if we can target the kidneys and get them strong, those things that might lend to someone feeling fearful or lend you to feeling scared or afraid or I can't change or I better just take the vaccine because everyone else seems to and I want to be out of line. All those fearful talks, no bravery talks, senseless talks will disappear and you're going to be coming up with creative solutions around the system. And the most beautiful thing is this. If your kidneys are strong, powerful, right? The kidneys empower your brain and your reproductive organs, your whole spinal system. If those are powerful, even if a vaccine was to enter your body, you can figure a way around it. You know, your body can figure out how to deal with it so it doesn't cause maximum amount of damage, right? You can even short circuit it, right? You can even short circuit it within the power of your own body if those kidneys are strong. So maybe we can deal with a little bit today how to strengthen these kidneys up naturally.
Yes, yes, yes. That's what we want to do here. You know what I mean? I had, fear. They're getting a lot of people with fear. So let's give them the answer. Like kidney, I need to hear this. You know, different ways to help strengthen the kidney. You know me, I'm like you said, I'm with eating a lot of foods that's in season. So I'm with a lot of beets and a lot of ginger root and stuff like that. I'm not sure if it directs for the kidney, but I know it does clean out them organs.
Yeah.
And I know the beets is like a super juice, so it helps build up your organs. You know,
Yeah.
the beet juice. And that ginger is a root and it's strong. It helps build and it also strips and cleans you out.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
So okay, so let's just easily stated, you know, that in the season of the winter time, you know, the body doesn't really want to eat a lot, right? Because, you know, back in the school days, they taught us when this season approaches or when we're in this season, if you look at what the animals are doing, a certain particular time of winter, they begin hibernating, right? They're going to sleep. So what that is letting you know that if they're not spending a lot of time eating and they're sleeping, they're really regenerating, right? And if you're not able to get ample sleep, your kidney energy is not going to regenerate, and neither will you. You know, so sleep is by far the most important thing you can do to regenerate your health in these days and times, right? Now, when we look at the foods of the kidneys, you can look at things like chestnuts. Chestnuts roasting on a open fire. You know, but that chestnut goes right into the kidneys. You can eat seeds, right? Any kind of seed. I don't care what you just try not to put like get the raw seed. Don't put like salt on it or don't get oil on it. Eat it raw, right? We're talking we want organic, not synthetic anything. So eat raw seeds. That's raw food, and that's raw power for your body. So I'm talking black sesame seeds, white sesame seeds, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, right? Hemp seeds. If you can get those seeds, put them in your soup, put them in your, just eat them raw. Those will protect your body. But because it's seeds contain the power of the kidneys, right? Because kidneys is an energy inside of you that allows you to grow. Anybody who has like mental developmental issues, right? What they used to call mental retardation. Oftentimes that kidney energy did not unfold properly and it's held back, and that held their growth back. But if you take that same person who they might call autistic or, Down syndrome, whatever, mentally challenged or whatever you call them, and you give them a very powerful herbal regimen, strengthening the kidneys, oftentimes you can find them recovering function, becoming quote unquote more normal, right? Yeah. So that's how powerful this kidney system. So imagine what that can do for you if your kidneys are again empowered, right? So that's what we want to do. You want to think about foods that are black, generally strengthen one's kidneys. So you can eat like black mushrooms, black rice, black beans, black lentils. And I said black rice. Don't be afraid of that black rice. I think you only can have to eat white rice. There's a lot of different rices out there. There's black rice, red rice, purple rice, white rice, yellow rice. There's a lot of different options. But the black rice, also the wild rice, that's what you want to do to strengthen the kidneys. Simple. You just got to go into the kitchen and put that chef cap on, start doing it up, and it's for your health. And most importantly, we're coming back home to Africa, right? I have permission to take us back. All right. Before you even cook the food, you ought to be filling that food with the vibration of your prayers of healing and health and nourishment. Before that food even touches fire, the fire has to come out your tongue, right? And command that food to be healing for you, right? And that's how you capture this energies, whatever's going on. If you got pain in your back, rice, black rice, take this pain out of my back as I eat it, right? Command that food, right? So this is, mix the spirit with your ordinary lifestyle. You always find ways to bring spirit in. One of my beloved teachers, Dr. Africa, he would always say, man, African people are so spiritual. They drop a spoon and be like, "Oh Jesus," you know what I'm saying? But it's programmed, it's hardwired in us. That's just how we are, So if you have that kind of power, release it in your food. Don't hold it back for what, Besides that, you can also eat your seaweeds. It's a good time period to eat your seaweeds, right? Because they come from the sea. Anything that comes from the sea will strengthen the kidneys. It's the water element within you, right? So you can have, and there's a lot of different seaweeds: sea moss, bladderwrack, nori, dulse, there's a whole variety of different seaweeds. You go ahead, put them in your soups, right? Put them in your salads. Just eat them straight up if you want. But I like them in soups in the winter because, again, the wintertime, the body doesn't want to be stressed with too much eating. So you want to make sure that your diet consists of things that are easy to digest. So I make a lot of soups in the wintertime, and just pack with a lot of veggies. Man, my body is powerful. Just eat one meal a day, and that's all I need.
Oh man, to add on to what you're saying, and then Bishop joined in and said the same thing, speaking it into life, awesome healing power. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, man. I ain't ever in my life knew that. I'm talking about not only can you eat it's one thing to eat these healthy foods, and then you can, like he say, go ahead and tell it what to do. Our words is powerful, man. Go ahead and tell it what to do, man. Get out of my mind. And when you rub the oil and you make yourself a nice anointing oil, and you make yourself the holy oil, or you make yourself these tonics, when you rub it on the place on one of your glands, tell it to get out of there. Tell it to get out of there, man. While you rub
Let it know.
You gotta have the faith and get out of there and do the work.
Exactly.
Huh? Faith and word. Get out of there.
The faith.
And then you also know this also. If you can't find no medicine at all, we all gonna need, because the Most High says use fruits and herbs and let those be your medicines. That's what medicine is to the Most High. Just everything we name in fruits, roots, beets, and all that ginger root. That's medicine.
Yes.
He says it in the Bible, and let that be your medicine. So if you can't get none of that, I found this out. Remember, I think I told you this last year when I had downloaded that vision. You can do breathing techniques, whatever you like to do. If you played basketball when you was young, go play basketball with your kids or something. Anything to get that oxygen moving.
Yes.
You gotta get. That's gonna heal you alone. The power of the hills. There's nothing more powerful on earth than the power of the hills. I gotta keep it honest. Me and you know this. We healed ourselves back in the day when the hills called us. You see what I mean? We got threatened. We're getting kicked out.
Yeah.
The hills, the only thing next to you know, the hills called all of us. And then the herbs called us and roots called us. You really don't need nobody to teach you. We was young boys and masters at healing the body. Figured it out. We got pushed into a corner, and we didn't have faith in no doctor and faith in nobody else. We had faith. The Bible said, when 2 or 3 gather in my name, there I am. That's all we had.
Exactly.
We knew he was there, and we start letting him use us.
Exactly.
It took all 3 of us into the spirit. We lost it. We went into the Holy Spirit. After we did the hills. The hills is the most powerful. Why did Jesus go to the hill?
Everyone goes.
Why did Moses go to the hill? Why did every single prophet in the Bible go to the hill for? And why did Jesus say this power comes only from fasting and praying? He fasted on the hill.
And what were we doing? Purifying our body through fasting.
Purified our body all month long. Me, my brother, and my other brother. We didn't know. We just let the truth teach us. Wasn't eating no food. We was eating all. I think you came up with ginkgo leaves. I came with. You came up with the hill idea. Let's go up here, and there's no hills around. Let's go run up the stadium. We went to SUNY Brockport. We went up the stadium stairs. What? Snuck into the stadium just to go up their stairs. All the way to the top, back down. Too many times. And what I'm saying is the mechanism in your body, when they go uphill and go to that higher mountain, there's air up there, there's pure air up there, and then something with ascension. Your body going up and the engine and the fresher air that you're going up to purifies the body. So what I'm saying is, if you don't have no medicine at all, you can just go to a mountain and just run up mountains, and the air and the oxygen that comes from those trees is the same thing as eating greens and stuff like that. You can steal yourself nutrition from the mountain.
Yeah. Or you could say if there's no mountain nearby, go to your garden. You know what I mean? Go to your back, or go to a place, a park where there's a lot of trees, like you're talking. A lot of natural things. Maybe a place where animals go. Generally, where you find a place where like the birds are, the animals are, that's a place of higher energy in that locality, right? If you go to a place, if you go to your backyard and no birds are chirping, you need to change that energy. Because if no nature wants to be there, why are you there? So we might not all have the ability, maybe we do, maybe we don't, to go to the mountains or go to the beach, but there's nothing stopping us from bringing the mountains or the beach back to us, right? We can easily go to the store, get plants, make your house like a forest, right? Make your house a forest. Oh, you like beaches? Then go ahead and get you a whole bunch of sand, put that sand in a bin, put your feet in that sand, and you can go ahead and meditate, pray, visualize. You're at the beach, you're in Hawaii, swimming with the dolphins. But in your mind, it's real. To your mind. So that's how powerful our mind is, bro, that we can direct it in such a manner where the mind is really it's accessing the spirit. And to the spirit, when you think it doesn't know if it's real or true. It just brings it, right? It just brings it forward. That's why they say those things in the Bible and other scriptures where, like, if a man thinks he's murdered his brother in his mind, he's already committed that action because the spirit feels it as true. But the reverse must be the same thing too. If you see healing, you see uplifting, the spirit proclaims that it's true. It will just move the same way. So it's, what are you programming? What are you programming? That's really what it is. I'm not into Babylon's programming. I'm into Zion's programming. You understand? So and like my brother said, you don't need nothing else. You just do it on your own. You really, the real truth is, what's behind the Wizard of Oz is that you control all healing within yourself. You can produce it. There's no excuse for us to be sick, right? Maybe we're ignorant and we didn't know better back in the days. But when you know better, you ought to do better. If you're not, then stop complaining. Stop complaining because we don't have time. It's a war, and there's we don't have time for triage. Or the triage is for the most seriously. It's not for the ones who are the most seriously injured. It looks like it's for the ones who look like they have a chance, and we can't. We don't have a time. We don't have enough time to wake up everybody. We don't. It's just not that time. We're past that time. We're in a different time and a different dispensation. Those who have their assignment, they're working. They're busy. They're like the ants. They know what to do, and they're moving. They're not waiting for orders. They're moving. They have their orders. We've all been given orders. It's just, where's your spirit? Where's your mind? Are you moving on your orders, or are you moving on someone else's orders? Who's telling you to jump? Who's telling you to jump? Is it the God of creation or whoever created your job? Who's telling you to jump? Yeah, it's judgment time, bro.
It's definitely judgment time, bro. Oh, praises to the Most High, man. Didn't know what was gonna come out. We just wanted to come on here real quick, chop it up every Sunday. You know how we do, or whenever we get a chance on the Most High time. Everybody got schedules, and then the world is doing what it's doing, so everything's gonna perfectly get to where the Most High wanted to get to, His time and everything. We just gotta stay in the truth and stay in the spirit. That's all. Everything else going down, just truth. You can heal with truth alone. You can live with truth alone, and just have the right spirit. Don't let nobody, like you say, as a man thinketh, so is he. As a person filleth in a spirit. That Moses said that if a man physically kills somebody, he's guilty of being a murderer. Yeshua said, if you even got it inside your spirit, like you said, another person can see that you got. A true person is one with no guile. You see, if you walking around and you didn't kill nobody, but you already got it in your spirit, just carrying it around, come on, master can see that you guilty of murder. Hey, what are you going to go murder somebody? See, when Cain got done murdering Abel, he didn't have to tell nobody. See, he didn't have to. It was on him.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to get that out and get back the mind of Zion and get back the body of Zion, because it's judgment time now. It's judgment time. So if you're a child of the Most High, a child of Zion, don't you know Zion's body has to be a certain way in this time?
Mm-hmm.
See, definitely Zion.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely Zion. It's different makeups of people, but Zion is something else. See? Zion is something else. So yeah, we have to get back into, the image that we made it. And for all mankind also, wake up and keep spreading this truth. You see what I mean? They poisoning all this different type of stuff. Get out your house sometimes and walk with people. I went to the store not too long ago, and I posted been do lives, and I ended up 2 hours behind. You see what I mean? And stuff like that, because I see the youth. I talk with the youth, and somebody else, hey, you want to vote? They still voting. I'm like, come on, lady, you really want to talk to me about voting? Yeah, come on. I went to talk with her, and she was like, man, they know who we are. I didn't even mention. I didn't have to mention that I was in the truth. I didn't have to mention that I healed. I didn't have to mention that I was a Hebrew Israelite. I didn't have to mention none of that. Just talking with her for a while. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. See, when you keep enlightening people just with your spirit and truth, The spirits in the heavens gonna tell them who you are.
And that's
See?
yeah,
Don't
yes.
have to. So get out. If y'all really one of them real people, get out there. Talk with these people. They ready. The word, they're ready. It's ready. It's judgment time. And
I
hey
like what
man.
you
Mhm.
said, spirit of the heavens too. So let's tackle a little bit into that. Um,
Yeah,
because
because the Bible say Michael and the angels and the host of heaven gonna stand up in this time.
so
You
that's what
see?
it.
Uh,
So when we say we walk with some great power unseen, it's in that spiritual realm. Um, and you said like Zion, and the body of Zion can't be the same as the body of Babylon, right? It can't be the same as the body of United States. It can't be the same as the body of, you know, falsehood. So the more that we learn to drop that, I'm not saying you have to become a saint overnight. Let's be realistic. We all have our trash, that we deal with. That's part of our existence and part of the contract that we had when we came back was to, okay, we got our mission, but we got to clean up some of our trash that's in us, in our lineage, in our blood, right? And God understands all that. But what's your effort? Where your heart at? You remember that Mob Deep song? Where your heart at? Bro, that's how it hits, just like that. And so when God asks you that, where's your heart at? How are you gonna respond? And it's really beyond your words because really your actions will show the whole situation. You know what I mean? Because I see a lot of people, they're professing with their lips, but their heart is far from what they're saying. You know? So where's your heart at? But if you get your heart in alignment, then you create a condition inside you that allows that descent of the spirit in. And when the spirit in and opens up your eyes, opens up your ears, opens up your mouth, that's when things can change. That's the spirit of truth. When that truth hits, that's the only medicine you really need. And that spirit of truth can overcome all material nature. I don't care what they're putting in the vaccine. That's what I'm saying. You come with the spirit of truth, you short circuit that nonsense. Short circuit it, right? And then we take herbs to flush. The main thing is you want to make sure that your channels of elimination are open to let things flush out. So there's a category of herbs called diuretics, which help you to urinate, right? Because when you break up stuff, you need to let it go, So you have to drink a lot of water when you drink these herbs like juniper berries or uva ursi, right? But these are uva ursi, UVAURSI, uva ursi or juniper berries. If you drink that as a tea, that helps you to that goes into your body and allows you to flush out contaminants, poisons, from the food, but also from the thoughts and your emotions. If you're like looking to get rid of those have to be flushed. You have to let those out. So whatever those thoughts and emotions, however they break down and become flesh, those diuretics open you up to send them out. And that's what we need to get back into. So I'm suggesting even if you were taking a vaccine, you can simply, with the right spirit of truth, deal with it. And you can also be supported with herbs that are like diuretics or I was going to say emetics would help you to vomit things out, but you could go that route. I'm not going to give people herbs for that now, but maybe in a more, secure class, we can share those out, but that's an option. Things that make you defecate, like rhubarb, like senna, SENNA, like cascara sagrada, right? Like marshmallow. It's a very interesting herb that grabs things that don't belong in your body, binds it to them, and then you just expel them through your bowels. These are things that you can take, or you can take things that raise your body temperature. And then as long as you have the righteous movement inside of you, the holy qigong, then you will sweat that stuff out of your system, right? So we got ways and means. We don't have no reason to fear. Strengthen your kidneys. You got no reason to fear. You know who you are. Yeah.
Yo, man, that's wonderful, man. That's it right there. That's That's what we wanted for the people. I didn't know how I was going to combine. I guess sometimes, so many people coming at you fearful and stuff like that, that maybe they can make the person who don't supposed to have that issue of fear start, dropping to their
Mm,
level and fearing a little
mm,
bit. I got to talk like that and have power.
mm,
You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm starting to feel for everybody else because you know that you good. Like you say, I told somebody I'll drink the coronavirus. Who
mm.
cares? I'll drink the flu
Right.
because I know who I know what my body is. You see what I mean? Can't no weapon form against somebody who's an alkali body. You see what I mean? I got the body of the prophets. You
Mm,
see, I got the diet of the prophets. I got the Ruach and the Holy Spirit that they had.
mm,
I lived the same life,
mm.
walking only truth and spirit. So I can have that type of attitude. But they
Yes.
don't stop there. I can't be selfish. The spirit won't let you be. So you'll try to go help people, go
Right.
down low and start to hear their problems and how they can't overcome it. But if you got to keep iron sharpening iron. You see what I mean? And keep that power up because got to start talking powerful, man. Can't
Yeah.
be dropping low just because majority of the people is dropping low. That's why I came. You know, I, I got to stay with that good attitude. You know what I mean?
You see, that's being promoted through the news.
Hey,
Being promoted through the news. It's being promoted through the media, mass media. I don't watch the news, but I can imagine if I was to turn on the TV. I don't even have a TV where I live, but if I went upstairs and turned on a TV or something, I'm sure breaking news, and they'll tell you some statistic. So many people died, so many people caught it, highest numbers ever, most in a day. And what is this all designed? What is this program designed to do? To make you fearful, right? To stoop in fear. You turn your back on the God that you trust and say, "Where is my vaccine? That's the only thing that can keep me safe." And they flood you with it. Every news channel is coordinated to talk about it. Newspaper headlines. It's all coordinated effort. People don't see it, that it's a mass psychology that they're running on. They're running game on folks. They're running game. These are the end result is some big time drug pusher who's trying to get you to lick their product. You know what I'm saying? And if people don't recognize that by now and don't think that nature has just as much as a chance, if not a better chance, than a vaccine would have, you know. And listen, I'm not all against vaccines. I'm not, because I know that there have been some usefulness for them, right? There has been, right? But, you know, if you really investigate United States government's track record in relationship to our health, I'm talking like if you look at people who call themselves black, right? I don't like that word black because there's no black land. I like the word Moors. But if you really are honest and look into the history, or just ask our Moorish brothers who they call Native Americans, and look what they dropped in their towels and in their communities to wipe them out. You understand? I mean, just read our history. Things they didn't teach us about history. The islands, Caribbean islands, bro, they had Puerto Rico. They had a whole different kind of people up in there, wiped out by so-called treatments that were being given, right? So I'm not making it up. I'm not paranoid. I just read history, right? And if they did it then, you know, just so beware, be aware of what's happening, the coercion to try to force us into this fearful mode thinking. And when you're fearful, your intelligence doesn't work right? Because your emotions override your intelligence. So things that you wouldn't do because of fear, you're gonna do them. And that's what they're banking on when they got you plugged into their news, plugged into their newspaper, plugged into their, I don't know. People are into that thing. I'm not into that thing. First thing I do when I rise, I open up the door. I don't look at my phone, you know. I don't even turn on the lights. Sometimes I'm just going right to the door and listening to the birds chirping. Put my feet on the dirt and feel what the earth is feeling like. Don't you know the same dirt that's right here is the same dirt that's over there? That's the same dirt that's in Africa and in Brazil and in China and in London. It's the same dirt. So you can connect with the whole earth if your mind is ready for that. You understand? And then I'm looking for the sun, you know. I'm looking for the sun. I'm looking directly at the sun. Feed me. To me, that's Christ, the Son of God. That's Christ energy, the life giver. You understand? It's the life giver. It's in heaven. It's risen. You know, the Most High. You know, it dispels darkness. It brings us out of darkness. All those things that they say Christ does, that's what the Son does. So bring that Christ energy into your spirit first thing in the morning. This is how I prepare myself. I don't have fear, and I.
But just to go right what you said. When you tell people this, hey, all you got to do is eat the four elements heal you: sun,
Mm,
rain,
yeah,
earth, wind.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
Anything from the earth,
right,
sun,
and when,
rain,
right,
and wind. So when we tell people this stuff, I'm like, you can heal yourself with anything. You see what I'm saying? All you got to do is get out there in the sun. I'm allergic to sun. They told me I can't be in the sun. I'm like, wow, that's why you sick. You see what I mean? Or hey, you got to go out there and get by the pine trees and get by the trees. I'm allergic to. I got allergies. I can't be out there. Oh my goodness! So your two things: you're allergic to the sun. You're allergic to natural stuff. Okay. All you got to do at least is go drink spring water from the earth. I ain't drinking no water out the ground. Oh my
right,
goodness. So it's only one thing left, and it's natural wind.
yeah,
See, it's only one thing left, and it's natural wind. And our people being in these cities, there's nothing left but natural wind.
mm,
So you got to take a break and get one of the four elements in your body.
that's something.
You know, it's just so our own arrogance and our own pride is holding us down to being sick.
That's it, bro. That's it. That's nobody else, but you have to, like, you know how they say if you point the finger out, you got at least three pointing back towards you, right? So if you're trying to blame somebody for, but then you got to look at those other fingers because you blame that one's going out here, but three are coming right back at you. There's no excuse. Like you said, we always have the power to heal. Even if you don't have those elements, if you just imagine them, you know, just imagine them. You know, I read an interesting study based on the power of the mind that it was in Russia. They had athletes, track and field athletes, right? And they took like it was a team. They had 10 athletes who would run around the track and they would measure their time, right? They would run daily and they'd measure the time to see if they improved. The other 10, they just had meditate and visualize themselves run around the track, improving their time. I don't remember the length of time they did the study. I don't remember how many days it was, but check this out. Don't you know when the results came back and they measured, okay, this is where your starting time was, the physical runner group. And this is what you finished off at. And this is the average improvement. And then they took the meditators. This is your starting times. And they had them actually do a run around the track and they saw where they finished. Don't you know the meditators defeated the actual runners? Their times, the meditation time group, the control group, improved more than these athletic runners, right? They're all athletes on the same team. But what was the difference? That one group was incorporating mental power into their practice, where the other one was just employing physical power alone, right? So that lets you know if you want to boost any performance, anything that you're doing, you got to find time to bring the mental piece in. Call it prayer, call it meditation, call it visual. I don't care what you call it, but do it. Do it. You got to be able to see it in the mind. That's the imagination. That's the access. That's the doorway to the spirit. And that's how you pull the spirit power into your body.
That's it, man. That's it. You know, wow. Now that's deep right there, y'all. That's what we're talking about. You know, without no medicine at all, you can sit there and meditate.
Yeah.
Remember it said in Acts 10th chapter, Peter went on top of the roof to meditate. Close your eyes, get in nature, and go on top of your mind and meditate and visualize yourself. Because the pineal gland is the only place that you can visualize yourself actually really running. Right? Visualize it. Some people can been in touch with their upper room all their life, so they can easily visions and dream and meditate. They can easily do it,
Yes.
but we all can do it. You just have to practice on it.
Gotta practice.
Just got to practice on it, man. I come on. And wow, that's the answer, man. That was deep.
There's things that can help your eyes, right? So to strengthen the vision, there's herbs that can help the eyes to strengthen your vision, right? So there's something called eye bright, real simple. It's in the name. And that's what it does. It brightens your vision. Eye bright, simple herb that one can take. Another herb that opens up your ability to see is called Acorus. Acorus, Acorus, right? And you just make it a simple tea, and then you drink it, and then you go into this vision quest. Go into your upper room. Go into the roof of your vehicle. Go into your imagination and start visualizing what child over there is not acting right. Visualize them acting right. Neighborhood ain't feeling right, doesn't feel safe. Visualize it feeling safe. Everybody being together, looking out for each other, like how it was when we were coming up. You know what I'm saying? Where we didn't have to even lock our doors sometimes. Maybe when I was a child, maybe by teenager that I'll change, but when I was a child, you know what I mean? You have to even lock the doors. But you can visualize that, right? And I'm telling you, man, the power of the woman, she's the master of these kind of what I'm talking. She's the master of these things, right? She can be connected to the spirit in such a way where her visions, her power, that's what I'm saying, like sister circles, bring them back. Talking like this, where they're cooking, they're praying, they go into prayer circles, they go into meditation, and they're visualizing the health of their families, the health of themselves, and the health of their communities and their nation. Man, that will raise a mighty power, a mighty rumble in the spirit to make things happen, right? And that's how we need to start thinking, start moving about again, So the sisters controlling the knowledge of the herbs once again, feeding their family this knowledge, feeding their family these herbs, and then various families coming together in unison with a great vision, not for fear, but for peace, and seeing everything go well. And you put that force field out there psychically, energetically, right? And that will have to land or have to materialize, right? And that's how we start be concerned about what others are going to bring us. No, we forge our own world. We forge it. We don't need no one else to forge a world for us. We forge our own. No, thank you. I don't want yours. Keep yours. you know?
And you know what? The spirit told me that last time I had to do a live. And I said, you know what the spirit is saying? We're going to have to start going outside and just forging our way. If I see young brothers smoking cigarettes, hey, bro, don't you know who you are? We don't smoke that. Hey, bro, don't you know all that? We got to start forging it and putting that mind frame out there because it's done downloaded to a lot of us now. You
Yeah.
see what I mean? And it's here. So now we got to start walking it out. It's time to walk it out. Stop thinking that stuff in your mind. It's not. Walk it out. We pretty much gonna have to start being who they think we are. All right. If that government want to say that we're 3/5 of a being because the rest of our being is godly, then let's be that.
The
All
guy.
right. Since we did 400 years and they don't want to take that out of the United States Constitution, those guys are 3/5 of a being. We are? Okay, then we're gonna show you who we really are. Then, see, the scripture's saying to the people that's made in my image, seek my face. Then you're gonna hear from heaven.
Yeah.
So if y'all want to hear from heaven and want to hear that power, start embracing who they saying we are.
Yeah.
Start embracing that word nigga. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Look it up in a dictionary. Niggas. That means royalty. Them royal Moors. That's what that you see what I mean? I seen that the other day. I'm like, I knew it was a reason why that word stick in us. See? Why is that word sticking in us for years? It was a baby and I knew that word. See, they switched it and tried to turn it into something else.
Yeah.
Put their own swing into it. You never hear a black person call each other the word they call us.
No.
Nah, we don't call that. See,
It's,
who taught us to say the royalty? When you look up the word niggas, that's royalty. That mean royalty. I mean a black royalty, like black Moors,
yeah,
black
yeah,
Hebrews.
yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what that word mean. Stop letting these people tell you. You know. So
Exactly.
we got to just start bringing out, like you say, it's time to forge it and walk who we are. Y'all want to say we 3/5 of a being because y'all know that we got the other part. Remember Hitler?
Mm,
Hitler Confessions? Somebody look it up and see what he said.
mm,
Hitler Confessions. And
mm,
you look it up, even Hitler said, "Why are you guys mad at me?
mm.
America got the real jewels of Yah, the
Yeah.
jewels of Yah." So the whole world know that we're called the jewels of Yah. We
Mm,
got something inside our makeup that shine like a jewel. That's
mm.
why they call us 3/5 of a being, because
Well,
we got the capability. I'm just saying scripturally,
break.
uh, I'm breaking it down scripturally what they won't tell us. You see
Yeah.
what I mean? When they do the melanin and pineal gland, Dr. Africa, your boy talked about it all the time. He was pissed. He
Mm,
said he said all the white scientists and doctors all over the earth every year, they won't invite him, but they do a study on melanin. You see what I'm saying? And they won't invite no black person because
yeah.
what they try. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, come on, let's start. I'm not a racist person. I just got to start speaking these facts of what they're doing to us.
I,
Huh?
I, it was like I was about 24, 25, and I wanted to purchase one of the melanin paper, the melanin conference. I wanted to see what these scientists were studying, and I wanted to. So I tried to buy, their published papers. That thing was like $600 or $650, bro. And at that time, I just didn't have the paper for that, so I was like, "Yeah, I'm just let that be." But it is interesting that they have such a meeting, a gathering, studying melanin, and like Dr. Africa was saying, like they don't really want to listen to quote unquote black scientists or black doctors with regards to melanin, so those people were not really invited to speak. High ticket price to get in, or you had to be tapped in. But it's okay because even that is like, why do we need to be there? We have our own scientists. You understand? Just create your own thing. Have your own conference. We don't need, so like, you know, I don't have no envy or hatred in my heart for nobody. You know me. You know where we grew up. But man, all I know is at the highest level of any endeavor, you're gonna see someone who looks like us. I don't care if it's sports. I don't care if it's science. I don't care if it's farming. I don't care if it's spirituality. Always gonna come back and see us around there. So it's letting you know you don't need anybody else. Just do it for yourself. Like we say, we'll forge our own way. They close the way. That's all right. We'll make a way. Trust us. We've been doing it. We've done it from the beginning of the opening of this planet, and we'll be doing it in the closing of this planet. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it, bro. Man, that's it, man. All facts, fire.
Yeah.
Wow, forge it. That's gonna be my new message for the whole week. That's my new vibe. I'm riding on that wave all week long.
Always
That's the wave. Spirit already, it already a downloaded halfway,
mm,
and somebody else got to hit uh receive
yeah.
or confirmate. See, he already downloaded that, but I didn't receive it yet
Mm,
until you just said it. Now that you hit receive, now it's in there.
yeah.
What? Origin. I
That's
knew it already, man. It's time to wake up and be who we are. You see what I mean? Let's
uh,
be who we are. Remember? Wow.
a 5 fit.
Wow. That's it, bro.
That 3 fifths was a ploy. That's when Europeans were trying to move Moors away from their birthright. And so they knocked you down 2 pegs. If they said if they got you to say you're black, colored, nigger, negro, anything other than Moor, then it will put you in the trick bag, and that's where the 3 fifths was born. But those who are considered Moors were always seen as 5/5, right? So the 3/5, and that's still in state today because, most people think of themselves as something other than a Moor, right? That's a whole other discussion I recognize for another class because I might sound like I'm speaking nonsense to folks right now, but they really don't understand the politics of the day. They really don't have an understanding. These are not things you're going to be taught in school, but these are the secrets that you find in secret societies for sure. I don't care if you call it Rosicrucian or Knight Templar, right? PSI. I don't care what you call yourself. If you really understand Scottish Rite, all these Masonic groups, York Rite, they all know what I'm talking. And this is the secret that they're given. When you can go to Virginia, there's a museum, and you'll see a lot of the former presidents, um, or high officials, and you'll see them belonging to their clubs, right? They're Masonic clubs, and in private, they're wearing Moorish fezzes, right? Those red caps, they're wearing Moorish fezzes because they're trying to be like you more. It's called changing places, trading places. They showed a movie with Eddie Murphy back in the day, but people did not understand what that movie was really dealing with. It's called trading places. They tell you in those Masonic circles that this science started in Egypt in Luxor, right? And why did we give it to them? This knowledge was spread. This ancient African wisdom was spread to various places around the world because those priests and priestesses foresaw Africa was going to fall, but they had to preserve the wisdom. They had to preserve the traditions. So they had to share the knowledge with other groups, other nations. So they deposited a little bit in India, a little bit in China, a little bit in Japan, a little bit in Arabia, a little bit here and there. Rome and Greece got some, right? They all got some. We heard the stories about Socrates and Plato. We've heard these stories, but we're not connecting or spread the teachings. So when we fell and forgot ourselves, we can have the knowledge survive. So when we can awaken again, we can pull back like we've been doing since we were youth. Okay, I see the Chinese got this over here. They call it Qigong. Oh, the Indians got this over there. They call it yoga. Okay, well, these people over there, they got some astrology knowledge. Oh, these people got the herbal thing. These people got acupuncture. And we're pulling it back together and putting it in ourselves and reawakening the spirit within. And then we reclaim everything, and because we have dominion over this earth. We've been a lot of dominion. That's power. But you have to be able to stand up and meet it. Don't you know the sun rises on those who stand faster than those who kneel? You understand? So get off your knees, people. Get off your knees. Start rising into who you truly are. That's what my brothers over there are saying.
Man, wow. That's what we talking about here, man. If they can't get it off this right here, they ain't gonna get it.
So I'm saying this casualties of war, bro. They call them cows. Casualties of war. And that's what it is. And you can't stop and pick up everybody. You just sound the alarm. Those who are ready to listen and move, let them move. Those who want to stay back, you wish them the best and keep moving forward.
Wonderful. I needed this, man. I needed this. You know, wow, I needed this, man. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, you got to speak that truth, whether they hear or whether they forbear. They got to keep moving. You see, extend that spirit and keep iron sharpening iron. You see what I mean? Iron sharpening iron. Give it out for the people, talk with people, counseling and stuff like that, and then get back with iron and sharpen that blade back. Got to keep. That's what's happening here. I just got my blade back sharpened. Give it out some more, and then get back and sharpen that blade back. Oh, this is wonderful, man. This was wonderful.
Thank you, man. You just allowing this platform, our normal conversations, just to be shared with the people, but just You know what I mean? There's certain heads that just vibrate at such a high level, such a pure level that just always take me higher. And you're definitely, of those few that are in my circle, you've always been there in that for me. You know what I mean? So man, I much love for you, brother. Much appreciation for what you're doing, how you standing. I see the people are under you, they looking up to you, you know, and man, it's just forward moving now. It's just forward moving, but we're all assembled, all assembling.
That's it, man. Iron sharpening iron. I can't do it without. The Bible said one can chase 1,000 and chase 1,000 by itself. But I get with a brother. You see what I mean? That's in that same realm. Spirit. You see, they say 1,000, 2, 10,000. So when nobody understands that mathematics, one, if I could chase 1,000 and he could chase 1,000 together, it only supposed to be 2,000. Where that extra 8,000 coming from? So all praises to the Most High for His spiritual math and His ways, and getting out of your body, getting out of your physical self, getting out of your feelings and all of that itchy ditchy stuff, and really getting into the spirit. And that's what it is. You know, let the Most High, the angels, the Ruach, the Holy Spirit become, you know, be a vessel and let them use you. You see, the Bible says when you see the angels, make sure you got my name in you. So what does He mean, my name in you? He said, and make sure you got my name in the forehead. See? Said it. There's cold words you got to understand. You see what I mean? There's cold words. Nobody gonna have their name tattooed in nobody's forehead.
Not gonna be a mark.
So you got to understand what they're saying.
That's
That mark is gonna be there when you go from glory to glory. They all gonna have the same mark. As soon as I come in the room, those who got the mark, they're gonna see the other one who got the mark automatically.
Isn't it?
So you know.
Yeah.
Wow, that's. I just want to get on here. You know, I like to get on with people who's in the spirit. So the conversations, the Bible said, they overcame by the testimony of the saints. This is royal priesthood here. These are saints here. All right. The Bible says those who practice righteousness is righteous. Just as those who practice sinning is a sinner and wicked person. Point blank. You can't go out there doing it to men and then think you righteous. No, you're practicing wicked ways, you're wicked. Those who practice in righteousness, why? Practice eating food, talk this right. I mean, practice talking right, practice thinking right. You're righteous. Yeah. As a man thinketh, so is he. So, you know, quicken. We got the power to say, you know what? Don't you know you got, I don't care what you did. The Most High don't care what a person did all their life. Right now, this second, you can say, I'm done with that stuff. And guess what? Like he said earlier, everything gonna have witness to you saying that. And it's gonna help you and cut those things out your life and help you walk it down.
Well, usually it provides a test to see if you're real, right? So that's that story of when I think Satan kind of tested the God-man, right? And said he had to tell him some words to get behind him, right? But you're always going to have to be tested, because that's when you're really known who you really are, who you're really serving, God or mammon, right? So you have to be aware that the test, and it's okay if you don't always come up on top, but do the best you can. Next time, you just get ready, sharpen your tools, get new tools, develop them, cultivate, right? Continue to open up that way, pray, strive, help people out, show love. Eventually, you're going to overcome that trickster. You're going to trick the trickster. Remember that song, you know, the rappers are a lot of my psalmists of these days, right? Those rappers. And it was a Nas song, Nas with Noriega and some others. Excuse me if I'm a little vulgar.
Not these new rappers who talking about I mess with boys and girls. Not them dude.
I wasn't listening.
You must be talking about them rappers, them 60s and 70s singing about love and knowledge and reign supreme.
Yes. Or even the 90s or 2000s early. And it's not the most, you know, maybe appropriate, but I'm going to say it anyways. When we're talking about the devil and he's trying to trick you, right? And I remember Nas, it's that song. Music makes them thugs calm down. Music makes those thugs calm down. But the lyric the lyric that never left my mind. Nas was talking about, you know, thought he had a smooth nigga lick, but a smooth nigga licked him, right? And all we gotta change the word from nigga to naga, right? So change it to naga, get the proper frequency around that thing, right? And that's what it is, you know what I mean? Us nagas gotta move smooth, right? We gotta move smooth. We gotta think. We gotta look at this game as chess. You know what I mean? We gotta look at it as chess, and you gotta make your move, but your move is planning up, is setting up 3 moves in advance at least. You know what I mean? You can't just move one space and that's it. You have to. Where's your foresight? You gotta know how you're moving. If it's a vaccine coming your way, move 3 steps ahead. Where's your herbs? Where's your diuretics? Where's your foods? Where's your seaweeds to flush things out and bind? Where's that bladder act to remove the poison? Step up your prayer game. Involve your children in your prayers. Involve your family in your prayers. Start a prayer community, right? Start vibrating to the holy messages, right? Homeschool, all that. We have, this is forging, right? This is forging ahead. That's how we got to start moving. Yeah.
That's it. That's my wave. That's my wave. You want to put me on a wave until we chop it up again.
Yeah,
This gonna be the wave.
yeah,
This the wave, man. You downloaded it. I'm in. You don't came and nailed it in. That's it. That's the wave, y'all. That's it, man. Wow.
God.
That's it. Wow, that's the ways, man. So y'all, hey man, y'all look for it. You know, that's it, man. I'm forging it in my mind because you got to put it in your mind first. It's in my mind. He downloaded it in there. I had to get it. You know, sometimes it's in your bank account, but if you don't confirm, that you need confirmation. You get people. I could send somebody $500 through that PayPal. All I want. If they don't hit confirm, I could cash app you whatever. Yeah. Big money, but if you don't hit confirm, I could take it back.
Exactly.
See, it's not all the way downloaded. It's there, but you got to hit confirmation. See, awesome. And wow, this is wonderful. Whoo, man! He don't make no mistakes, man. That boy perfect.
The Most High, truth,
man.
So let's check next. I don't know, like you said, next time, whether it's next week or next 2 weeks, I'll be there.
You ain't lying. On the Most High time. I made a. We try to come on every Sunday, but I'm done with saying it's on the Most High time, man.
Right on, man. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Much love to the people, whoever was out there right now, presently. Much love to you, and those who will see it in the future. Much love to you. We're right here. We're able to. You can contact us. You see me on Facebook as Easy E, OKOYE. Right, and you see my brother here. So anyone wants to contact this brother, you get through me. If you want to contact me, you can get through my brother, or you go to us direct. But that's how we're moving. I just posted something on Facebook. In fact, I'm teaching a class December 5 and 6. It's going to be a pretty deep class on the techniques I've discovered over the years of how to make your body, how to make the spirit turn inwards back to the body, because generally the spirit is going outwards, looking at the news, looking at outward, anything that the senses pick up, the spirit is going to those things. But don't you know there's ways that you can bring the spirit to return back? There's places that you can put your mind in your body that makes the spirit turn 180 degrees back to you and becomes housed in the temple again. Turns on the temple, in fact. And they said until you have that achievement, it's going to be very challenging to grow spiritually and to ascend. So how do you return the spirit back to the body? That's what this workshop on December 5, December 6 is going to be all about. So body postures, breathing techniques, and herbs. It's all going to be in there. So anyone who's interested in that, you can feel free to give me a contact on my Facebook page or contact my brother, and he'll let you know. I can download. I'll give you the details for that, so you can spread it out to your group too.
What I'll do, I'll tag you into this post, and we'll just drop your email because I'm all over the place. Yeah, I said I'm all over the place. But I'm about to do it live again.
Wow.
You see what I mean? All this whole week, I'm trying to go live every day.
Right.
I'm just saying what the Spirit is saying,
Yeah.
and then the Spirit gonna have us do it on this time. We
Right.
don't know what's gonna happen, but you
Right.
know, we're gonna get at them.
Yeah, man.
You see what I mean? They're moving. Look, when they start to pick up the way they moving hard, like you said, we got to take 3 steps
Yeah, man.
and start making moves. Or you want to come there? You want to get on there and say that? All right, got something for you here, here, and here.
Right.
All right, yeah, come with that and that. Okay, we're gonna bam, bam, and bam.
Exactly.
See,
Exactly.
got to forge them.
And not even always having to wait for the counter punch. Sometimes we might have hit him with the jab early.
Early. That's what I'm talking about. Avalanche time.
You know.
Yes.
That's,
Yes. Well, you know what you just said? You
Mm.
read a scripture that I didn't post it, but I got the scripture ready for another class I'm gonna do. But the scripture says, those that are in the watchmen that's already in the high tower, go and warn the other watchmen to get ready. And and that's talking about all the seers. See, the watchmen that's already in the tower. This is a spiritual battle. Spirit and flesh with spiritual battle. They want to use fear, and the ones who got the enlightenment and truth and that spirit of Ruach on them is trying to unlock that fear by speaking positive truth and that get that fear out of you. The only people gonna die is fear. Bible I haven't given you the spirit of fear, but power, love, and a sound mind. So government knows that. Government knows that a person body that's made from the Creator, fear is not part of it. So if you're living in fear, they got you. So we had to get fear out. Power, love, and a sound mind. Those that's on top of the mountain, that's in the watchtowers, you got to warn the other watchmen to get ready. And then he said, y'all all together do an ambush. So see that? And look at that. That scripture I just read the other day is Jeremiah. See? Those that's in the watch house. He called us seers. Yeah. All seers, all prophets, all prophetess, all pastors, all apostles, all these types of people. That's us. Watchers, guardians, truth speakers.
Yeah.
Come on.
Drill it.
It's time to go to the tower. It's ambush time.
Hey. So
wow, you confirmating, man.
The weapon formed in the spirit can't be seen by the flesh. Can't be seen by the flesh. It's formed by the spirit. The flesh has nothing to see that. It will never know it's coming. It will just know that it came. And that's how we have to bring it, bro. That's it. But that's the power that is within. You know, we need to let that be unleashed. Yeah, man. So let's pick up on these levels next time. Yeah, man.
Oh man, that was great, man.
Brother.
Wow. All praise to the Most High. Iron sharpening iron.
Yes, sir.
Doing the works out here, y'all. Walking in faith first and then actually doing it. Oh man, everybody be blessed, man. And it's time. Start thinking positive thoughts in your mind.
Yeah.
Only. Go ahead and meditate, cut everything off, meditate. Think about what we about to do here.
Yeah.
We about to take over the whole world. We're going to do it spiritually. No more thinking about you men that come on. We can't afford for y'all to be lusting, thinking about what this, come on. Everybody, we need pure thoughts. It's time to get up out of here. It's time for us to tap into the supernatural. All praises to the Most High. Give us the power to cleanse out everything that's not like Creator.
Amen.
Amen.
All right. Love to the people.
Much love to the people, man. Bro, stay sharpened. And let's get it.
Same way. All right.
Okay, let me hit the end of this. Then we're going to be coming right back on.